still don't understand the point of any of these. Paradise Lost completed Shells chapter. Okay, is there an ultimate chapter or is the cutscene here? Who are you? 400 days in. That's why the DLC is called this.
We were right. There are survivors out here.
Still alive? Oh, they're gonna be happy to get rescued. So how many are we talking about?
Around 5, I think. Are these characters
Around
that
5, I think.
appear in season
They
2?
left
Maybe
a
they
note,
do and I
so
forgot.
I know they want to be found. And I can see smoke in the distance. Probably a camp.
Because it's been a long time
gonna
since
try
I
to make
played
contact
season
tonight.
2.
Great. Well, just be careful.
Oh,
when you
did I
see
continue
them.
walking forward for a hot second even when I was stopped?
Community here, we wanna keep
Just
it
like
that
Detective
way.
Pikachu for
Of
a
course.
hot second there. I'll probably just wandered through with all these zombies around and just didn't care. The zombies didn't seem to care either. Okay. And they do reappear. Okay. So there is meaning to it there.
Holy shit. Good job.
Gotcha.
Everything okay?
They can, depending on your choices in their chapters. What?
Try to talk to him.
Like, your choices in the DLC of Season 1 affects whether they're going to appear or not in the story of Season 2?
As many of them as you can.
You got it. Hey!
What?
Don't shoot.
Vince! Don't fucking move! Who the fuck are you?
My name is Tavia.
How did you find us?
I found your note. I found your
I
death
found your
note.
note.
What happened if I just stayed silent there? Maybe I should have tried it for fun.
I'm a scout for a growing settlement up north. We go out and look for survivors to rescue them. We have food, clean water, and shelter for everyone. We're offering you a chance to help us out and start over.
God, this sounds too good to be true.
Oh, and the
but
kid's here too.
I think it is.
Bonnie, get real. Just because you have to tell the truth all the time doesn't mean everyone else does.
If I didn't trust people, I'd be dead. I know that for sure. People can care about you if you let them.
Like Leland cared when he let you run off alone.
That's enough, Becca. Guys, look.
Like, shut
I
up,
learned one
kid.
thing from Danny. It's that we have to stick together and protect ourselves.
What? That guy was an asshole. You should be happy he got killed before Shell and Becca joined us.
Why?
Yeah, I guess
Don't worry about it.
either guy would end up killed there. That
Wait,
story.
you find survivors? Do you find a lot?
Not as many anymore, but
Well, we gotta go. Eddie might be there.
Wyatt.
look, we need people, plain and simple. You folks can decide if you want to come as a group or split up or whatever. But I don't want to be out here in the open after dark. So in a few minutes, I'm going to be getting back in my car and on my way. Hopefully, at least some of you will follow me.
Shell, why are we even listening to her? She's obviously lying.
Even if she's not, I think it's better to just keep on the move. Staying in one place makes you an easy target. I don't care how safe you think it is.
That truck stop was a death trap. It was right
Yeah,
off the highway,
that,
for God's sake. No way you and a bunch of sick old people were gonna defend
The kid
it.
that I much prefer is
I don't like this
Clementine.
guy. We should just walk away. I don't trust her.
Of course you don't wrestle. You
Becca's
don't
just
trust
kind of
anyone.
a jerk to everyone that isn't part of the immediate group. What will it take to convince you?
I don't know.
Russell, come on.
Sick magic trick.
I don't understand what the problem is. Are you really considering staying out here? Foraging for food like fucking raccoons? I mean,
Like
then why
fucking
did you even leave
raccoons?
The photos there.
Well, it could be a trap. What if they want to kill us?
Thank you. Everyone out there is batshit crazy. We've all seen it.
Well, we turned out all right, didn't we?
Relatively speaking.
I don't know. You clearly outnumber me.
If you wanted to overpower me, you could.
No.
Hell, I'll even go along as your hostage until you feel safe. No one is gonna hurt you.
Still
That's
just a
not
kid,
bad
but
idea, actually.
not exactly on the right path.
Because I know when you guys see this place, you'll change your minds. Look, I know you guys are wary, and you have every right to be. You don't know me from a hole in the ground. And yeah, there are some crazy fuckers out there. All I'm here to do is make an offer. You can come with me, or you can stay here. The choice is yours. So, who wants to come with me?
Is who comes gonna be affected by what I did in the stories? Yeah, I imagine, like, the kid probably is not gonna want to come.
Yeah, I have to.
Right. It always goes? Oh, well.
I'm just not sure. We've been out here for so long and seen so much
Or not the
bullshit.
kid, the country girl. Because I was talking about the,
Getting our hopes up?
well, just
Of
everyone
course
in
it is,
general.
Russell.
I mean,
Hope is all we've got left.
But being smart, that's what's keeping us alive.
We have
Oh.
people of all ages in our
I don't know what to
pockets.
say there.
Teenagers, whole families. It's a chance to reconnect with people the way you used to.
That's not true.
I believe Rebecca. Look at her. This is not someone who's been struggling the way we have.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean, that's one way to call her fat.
She'll be as safe as she was before all this
Country
happened.
Girl's the only one you remember from
Shall-
part 2.
This might
Huh.
sound stupid, but
I don't remember any of them, but
I
it's
think
been
I
a
actually
long
wanna
time since I
go.
played any of these.
Okay, if it means that much to you.
I'm glad you
The
feel
kid
that way.
really wanted to go?
We're not going to be out this way again for a long time.
We understand. I think we've all made up our minds.
Well, I guess we have our group. What do you want to do with these?
Toss them in the fire, I imagine it's gonna go. Because, like, narrative and it's totally symbolic and stuff.
It's
Whoa.
a good thing. I know it is.
Those fire textures hurt my eyes a little bit.
How do we know this will work out?
You don't? You don't!
You don't.
500 days mean 400 days? I find a group and then 5 days into the new group. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But fairly certain it's 400 days. That's the name of the thing. Loose ends, complete the epilogue. Okay, so there's a key choice for each of the things. So whose foot did you shoot off? You and 70% of players shot Justin's foot off. Stay or go. Did you stay in the car or get out? Wow. Split 50-50. You and 50% of players stayed in the car. Wait, which one was this again? Hold on. Let's narrow it down. We left Nate with Russell there. Yeah. You had 25% of players were honest with Leland. Oh, you had 25% of players killed Stephanie. A lot just bailed then. But, like, the kid clearly did not want to go. She's like, no, screw you. We're not going. You know, she probably would have waited until we're asleep and then would have tried to drive the RV back or something like that, knowing how unhinged she was. Like, it would not have been safe to leave with her, I don't think. She would just try to backstab us for leaving the group and find her way back to the group, I would have imagined. Okay, so that means that the, that one must be the Wyatt one for the stay or go. That's what that is. Yeah. So stay in the car. Shouldn't that say, like, drive off with the car or leave what's-his-face behind? Oh, no, that's for, get out and check out, like, the body there and stuff. Oh. So I guess things could have gone a decent bit different there. I don't know. Yeah, kill the girl in the group for stealing is to leave the group, I guess? Like, maybe more and more people ended up dying or turning on one another in the group or something like that? I don't know. I guess. So Clive and Russell stayed at the camp and those three stay left with Tavia. I'm gonna look up what that actually affects, if anything, here. Because, you know, does it affect stuff in Season 2? Because those, as their own individual short stories, were not honestly all that interesting. You know, it's just like, hey, here's a little snippet of these different groups in different phases of the apocalypse. It's like, okay. You know, I don't know, man. Let's see here. Walking Dead. 400 days. What it affects in Season 2. Like, you know, here's these different cases of different situations and moral dilemmas that you're presented with. But it's like, you're already presented with, like, all sorts of stuff like that within the main game. And the main game is actually interesting because it tells, like, the overarching plot. Whereas this was just like, you know, here's these little short stories that don't really affect anything, seemingly. And it's like, but why, though? You know? Barely affects season 2. The characters that came basically get cameos. Oh, interesting. The writers had dozens of scenarios written, so they made a DLC to throw some ideas around. So that was like 5 of their ideas, or maybe some of their favorite ones there. Should I play 400 Days before The Walking Dead Season 2? You don't need to. Only one character from the DLC rarely plays a big role, and the stories from 400 Days has little impact on Season 2 other than establish how some/all of them ended up at a place. Okay, which is the character that has a big role, and did it matter whether they came or not? You will see some of the characters in Season 2, but if you're interested in the backstory, just watch on YouTube. It's 15 minutes per character, and it's not that interesting. Yeah, it's kind of what I felt. You can play it even after you finish the whole Season 2. It's not really part of the story since you won't meet them. Okay. Season 2 is your favorite for how many grown-ass adults are happy to torture a 13-year-old girl? What, like when Clementine initially meets like the first new group of people in Season 2? If I recall how it goes. It's been a hot second. You know, where, or maybe it was a different phase there. Well, I went to switch my input again, thinking this was a capture card game on a different input. It's not. Hold on. Hold on. Let's see here. Walking Dead. Not 14. 400 Days. I'm just gonna look it up again. Or, that's something I'm curious about. I guess I'll click that. What was in the bag? It was Marcellus Wallace's soul. What the hell does that even mean? Whoa, wait. What was in the bag? Just some dirty gym socks. Spoilers, medicine, and the... Oh! Oh, so this is how, like, things connect there. Okay, because a lot of things were centered around that diner. So maybe I should have done them from left to right, so like in the order that they would have happened there. And then I would have been able to connect things a little bit better. Medicine and the flashlight that Dee had before Bonnie nailed her in the face of that pipe thing, and medicine flashlight was stolen from the Shells group, who were the ones chasing you through the trees and cornfield. Yeah, so those people... That was the first one that we did, was the one with Bonnie. So, yeah, Dee stole from that group then. And, that's... I guess, you know, if you know the different characters and voices and stuff like that, you'd be able to recognize their voices in the cornfield if you played that story first. Or if you played the story with the people from the gas station first, and then the stuff where you're going through the cornfield and all that, you know. Yeah, and they mentioned the missing flashlight. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, is that important, though? Why I need to win rock, paper, scissors and stay in the car? Well, I stayed in the car anyway, and then Wyatt came with me. Shall Becca leave in the RV? But didn't they come with me? And Russell pick finding a loved one's option as Tavia. Oh, I guess I could have selected that. Vince shoot Danny's foot. Oh. Bonnie always goes anyway. Interesting. But, like, is there much of a point to getting them all to come with you? Does Walking Dead 400 Days matter? But who is the... Huh? Hold on. Okay. 400 Days. What does it affect Season 2? Yeah, that's what I want to know here. No, nothing matters here. Actions taken in 400 Days will affect events in The Walking Dead Season 2. But what? Just tell me what. We might get some slight spoilers for Season 2 for those that don't know this story, but it can't be anything all that crazy here. It's a self-contained standalone episode that caps off The Walking Dead Season 1. It's not focused on Clem or Lee, and instead tells the stories of 5 other characters in the same Georgia countryside. Literally nothing! What is the point of this? Like, the main game, the characters will show up, nothing else. Like, the main game of it was really, really good. But this just, yeah, that probably is the point, then money, so that they could sell an additional DLC episode. You know, this came out a decade ago. You know, the main game was 11 years ago. And this was like, what, July 2013, something like that? So a little bit over a decade ago for the DLC in that case. So it's not like it would cost as much now as it would back in the day. But out of curiosity, how much is it? Yeah, The Walking Dead 400 Days. Oh, it's on sale. It's usually $5.50, but now it's like $3.50. That's the kind of thing where, honestly, if you're curious, just like go look it up, watch it on YouTube. But that just wasn't very interesting, you know. Like, it could have maybe been interesting playing out all these different situations and moral dilemmas, but like, at the same time, You already had a whole lot of that in the main game, and so many of the options in this is just like, yeah, you already know this isn't gonna change anything, so it's like, doesn't really matter. Like, especially this one here, where it's like, shoot one of these two guys that you barely know, you know? It's like, you gotta choose one. It's not really that emotionally impactful of a choice when you don't have, like, a bigger story building up to it, you know?